Yo, shit is tragic, the way I'm about to wreak havoc on everything you thought you knew, but shit happens. So I'm tapping the string, watching it vibrate. Got a theory on how to make you people gyrate. Don't always fly straight, sometimes I zigzag, like running from gators or smoking from big bags. Now some brothers dig that, others might get offended, but I don't tend to operate under false pretenses. Badkat is my name, and I'm a hip-hop MC for a long time. And I'm originally from Tallahassee, Florida. Lived in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, all in the southeast of the U.S. And moved to Berlin in December 2008. And yeah.
You're moving, you gotta get up and go. You get up and go, can't stop the flow. You keep it moving. You gotta get up and go. You get up and go, can't stop the flow. You keep it moving.
Yeah, I came to Berlin and I just loved it. I mean, I feel so free here. I loved the graffiti culture, and felt like it looked like how a city is supposed to look as far as mini ideals go. And I felt like it was definitely operating on some sort of a wavelength that was suitable to mine, compatible with mine, and very like-minded. And love how that there's so many creative people in the city. You know, it has a certain impact on my creative level.
Music from the soul gives strength to the people. Those in control wanna use it for evil. Case in point, the eye of the needle might fit a camel, but not a bunch of heathens. So if seeing's believing, what do you think? Yo, videos are teaching, brain bleaching, whitewashing. You could be rich, but what's it really costing? Last time I checked on things that we need, it had nothing to do with envy or greed. Knowledge is a fruit, so I'm planting the seed. Devil's work done when there's no good deeds, no good leads, held to high water, ashes to dust in the name of our father. Fascist thugs screaming, why bother? Paint a pretty picture and put it on the altar. So get down on your knees, pray to the paper of cowardice thieves. Just know that you have been deceived. The jewel that they keep is that you could be free.
I can remember in the beginning we had such strong female presence in hip-hop. In the very beginning, everybody was welcome. That was the whole concept, you know, everybody's welcome. Come here, be yourself. As long as you got a positive attitude, then we on the same thing. We need more positivity in our lives. That's it. That's what this environment's about. Hip-hop is about positivity for change, you know, positive change, because it's coming from positive people that believe in themselves enough to think that it's worth it. Their thoughts are worth it. Their motives are worth it. And here's a place you can come and be safe and be yourself and exchange ideas and feel open, you know. So I think that era ended, you know, and it changed. I mean, everything got so capitalist marketing structure, the value of how you market an artist just completely overwhelmed the entire original concept of hip-hop. And then, so I went through a difficult time because I've never been a real flashy dresser, or not even flashy, just like I wear baggy clothes. Me and hip-hop got along in that way so well. I've always worn baggy clothes. This is great. Now this is considered a fashion in thing, you know? And then it drifted away from that, especially with female rappers. Like, it got really sexy. And I have no interest in being sexy for people. I can be sexy at home with someone special, and outside of that, I don't need that.
I understand, sometimes you might compete with a better man, or a better brand, or whatever then, but the grass is always greener. I'm still American. I understand the way that money works, and I understand that I gotta work when my boss is a jerk. And it's okay even when it starts to hurt, cause I'ma keep on moving the next day and make it out of here. I'm gonna make it out of here one day.
It's not something that I've ever felt like I had to put on display. I'll say it like that. And so when hip-hop got really sexy, it was probably when I felt the most awkward, you know? Because it's like, man, all of a sudden I can't identify with that
And fair play to the people that it does, you know. I'm certainly appreciating them too. Sexy is sexy, you know, but there was so much emphasis put on that it started to eliminate like various forms. And we've been going through that all along, you know. Every time that the trends shift or whatever, hip-hop is being used as more and more as of an exclusive thing. Like, you have to be hip-hop to be hip-hop, and you have to be the right now hip-hop, this kind of hip-hop. And I'm just thinking, man, that has just bastardized that entire concept, that hip-hop existed because it was not exclusive. It was the party on the park bench. It was no cover, no, you know, it was the MCs hanging out, rapping on the corner or in the park or in their bedroom or wherever. It was a community buzz. It has this very like, we are from this place. We have a positive, want to make positive change attitude. This is how we congregate. And, you know, screw marketing for that purpose, you know. I don't think it should be, obviously we don't want it to be misused.
Yo. The game of life, a masquerade of good and evil, a trivial pursuit amongst the angels and the demons, selling fools gold whenever knowledge is the secret. That's why so many working hard to keep it. The message has been leaking through subway tunnels and back streets, back room, parlor games and backwoods, half speak, that's deep. Quietly, the mass lulled to sleep while the master's awake counting sheep. The future looks bleak, reminded while I quietly observed how the present leaves the past undisturbed, but not in reverse. They wanna make the situation worse, but it's a fact that sometimes the truth hurts. Like why we got the projects and why we treating people like objects, passing over love for better prospects. Stop changing the topic. You had the ball, but you dropped it. Left the flight plan up to the cockpit. Look into my optics, see what I see where I've been. The path of enlightenment's within. Their goal is to win. My goal is to roll like the wind, flow through the soul like a hymn. Amen.
In my opinion, I like being an independent artist. I can do a lot of that work for myself, and the more time I have and commit to doing that work for myself, it works, you know. It's like any business. You have to put in the hours, and it's not all fun hours. I've never felt like I was particularly marketable. I feel like in general I can easily be excluded on many levels from being the mainstream target market grabber, attention grabber. But on the flip side, like, being a woman in hip-hop is important. I've always taken pride in that.
Spirit done locked like a monster, unlocking the thoughts that'll haunt ya. One last launch, a mortality, a fate that'll taunt ya. Have you falling back on your haunches? No room for the weak when the guise of morality is preached, and the bitter's getting mixed with the sweet, like salt on a peach. More for you to squeeze in your cheeks while the self gets lost underneath. So let me speak with my deaf tone, reach into your headroom, search the four corners for you, fortified a headstone. Teach when they dead wrong, seek where the light's shown. Peace can be found where the beats and the mic's on. No doubt about it, this is how it's going down. You could try to go around it, but just end up getting clowned. Turn off the radio, but don't eliminate the sound. Lace up your runners, don't wait for them to show you how. Time and time again, this is how it's turning out. If the blind leading the blind, we need new leaders now.
November 15th at SO36, SO36. This is my album release party for Trapped in a World Behind My Eyelids, produced by Giotto, and that shit is going to rock. So come to the party. If you can't come to the party, get your copy at least, and rock out wherever you at. Badkat.
Running through space and time like you don't give a fuck, but when reality sets in, wanna act awestruck like, oh shucks, poor little me. Well, I serenade my sympathies with a flea symphony and 300 centipedes, so the pitter-patter of feet will put your baby ass to sleep. Now ain't that sweet? And when I speak through the glass, can you taste that cheek? When we meet and I blast, is that thing